Good evening, Speed Gaming, and we have got a big time matchup. Apologies, I just caught myself on an echo. Anyway, the matchup tonight, 18th seed, fcoughlin, taking on the 47th seed, OzzSolo, a relative newcomer. The creator versus a newcomer. Who's going to win? We're going to find out. I'm Leslie Probe. Tonight, I am joined by Messenger Death. How you doing tonight?
Yo, what's up?
So for this flag set, for those just who may not be familiar, is that with this flag set, Heart Shuffle is off, but there's a new flag that shuffles where the item and the floor heart is. So you could have item on the floor, dungeon heart in the basement as part of the fun. And we start at the Southern Forest Armor spot, and suddenly we have got everybody having hearing problems, or they're trying and poorly doing their rendition of Stone Cold Steve Austin's "What?" $33 rupees on the mid. That's a bit above average. Wizrobes on the overworld. Oh boy. That could get scary.
I used to prefer Wizrobes on the overworld until I started seeing them dodging some of these choke points here, like Death Mountain Transition, or there was one right there on Oz's
We got
side.
level 9 already, and we already know, thanks to Oz, that it's 6 pieces of the Triforce.
Hooray! And Fred's probably not going to be too far off of that, so we have a direction this season.
Ooh, that Armos item looks really good. The magical key in the Lost Hills Armos. What a find. What I'm seeing both runners doing here, screen scrolls with, well, without any buffer. Left to right, you can buffer with a sword, as we see that the candle shop is selling the candle at 67 rupees, a slight markup. We got any roads?
I'll take it. If that's the only offense you have, and right now it's the only offense we've seen, you can't kill people with a key.
Okay, that any road with a blue wizrobe right there, not great. Oh, but we got paper.
You can't kill people with paper either. Not helpful.
Not the most helpful, but when we get to, well, we now know where our red candle is. It's ladder blocked. On the coast.
That's some interesting routing decisions. How much do you dig the forest knowing you're just going to be redoing it?
That's a fair point. With this being a mixed First Quest overworld, you do not have First Quest 2 available without a recorder.
So, again, we're not going to get any bomb drops because we can do no offense, so limited ability to affect the world around us right now.
As for right now, Fred doing a great job with these bufferless screen scrolls. I can speak from experience that they are not easy to perform. Both runners with a magical key now. Won't have to worry about any key lock situations, but Fred's gonna have to worry about eating a door repair. Minus 18 in this seed.
18, that's fine. That's nothing.
Oh, look at this! The white sword item is the ladder! Oz takes a fall in the overworld, but with the knowledge Fred has, as he just walks right through a red whiz robe, not caring. Yeah, chat bringing up a point. Take any's that show up. We're probably not going to see a candle purchase if we find them.
No. No, definitely not. Certainly not until we get the ladder, and even then, we already have letter in our pocket, and no reason to spend on a candle. Mostly just treading each other's footsteps right now.
Yeah, Fred
Like
opted
a dungeon
against
priest.
taking the letter. Interesting decision there. Unfortunately, when you don't have a sword, you have to wait for enemies are like traffic. You have to wait for them to move.
Also, like traffic, if you stab them, things will move along, not necessarily in the direction you'd like.
We found our blue ring shop. It's at the first quest letter cave, and it's 243 rupees.
These are expensive? We don't care.
Yeah, the price is high, but not as high as vanilla. Oh, Fred walked into a gorilla.
Gorillas are devastating on 3 hearts. And overworld gorillas, which means you're just going to bungle into 4 of them at any given time. Good luck.
Which means you're probably going to have Lionels and Darknuts in the dungeons.
I was just thinking, what's left in the dungeons that's annoying? Lionel's, Darknuts, Pole's voice. I want to see boulders in a dungeon. That'd be fun.
I don't think that's possible.
Probably not, but it would be very funny.
I do know that we will not see Pia hacks in dungeons because when that was tested out, folks weren't too happy about it.
Whatever happened to the overworld boss flag set?
I have a feeling that'd be pretty diabolical.
Yeah, I thought I heard legends of it, but I don't remember if it was legends of it crashes the game, or of I put a Patra at the waterfall spot and somebody came to my house.
Oh gosh, that just sounds like a nightmare right there.
Like, either way, it's not here. So where are we going? We're starting to explore just the fringes of new areas, but another 33 pickup? Still don't know the small or the large yet.
Yep, we only know the mid and the penalty.
Oh, actually, come to think of it, it is synergistic. Because we're going to run into a mugger and it says, do you want to give me some of your infinite key or a heart that's very valuable and required for this seed, probably? Like, that's not a difficult choice.
Great patience by Oz to wait for the Pia hats to land. Unfortunately, he landed in a door repair. 81, not a great large secret, but it is enough to get going with a candle purchase.
And, I mean, you might just have to. The better candle is sitting right there, taunting you, an insurmountable waist-high fence away. But you need to do something to someone at some point. 8 minutes in, that's our first offense. Still waiting for a dungeon.
Yeah, I'm surprised we haven't found a dungeon yet in an open cave other than level 9.
Oh, how great would it be if the first burned bush had been one? But you know what, whatever, fine.
I've seen it happen, but not this time. There's level 3. My friend's just gonna
literally
take
anywhere.
a quick... take a quick look in and see what he can come up with.
Well, it's a doable room. It's not fun, but it's safe. We are in our, I don't know, moonside palette?
Moonside palette, Earthbound, yep. That's accurate.
Good spacing on that candle flame.
That's not as easy as he's making it look.
No. Just in
Last time he
time.
drops the clock, because why not?
Oh, Lord.
Yeah, but thankfully with the magical key, you can just walk right out the door. Ooh, those Gibdo, which are
Okay.
substituted as Link this seed. Well, that's the compass.
We'll take that. Though, the combat here doesn't look fun, but you kind of... Amazing! But you kind of want to dig this for something. You need a dungeon heart. You need an item in literally any capacity.
True that. Unfortunately, we now know the Triforce here is ladder blocked. So Fred's gonna have to find at least one dungeon heart. Will these gels cooperate? I mean, they go down in one hit. Meanwhile, Oz finds level 7.
You immediately bail on this because it's level 7. Nope, you got to try something. You have to make some change of the game state. Oz doesn't have a candle yet.
No, looks like Oz does, according to the tracker.
He does? Why would you have a letter out?
I don't know, maybe he hasn't menued? Oh no, that's where First Quest 3 is. That would explain it.
Ducked into 7, went... Okay, a different dungeon. That's on me. I should have been more specific. Give me one of the remaining 7 dungeons. Okay, now he has candle on. Great, just did not want to participate in 7. I mean, I get it, but I don't get it.
Early game, level 7, no. I can understand why you'd bail out on that. Oh yeah, for Putz in chat, paper cuts are annoying. Cardboard cuts, on the other hand, now that stings something fierce.
I got a cardboard cut one time and I still walk with a limp. Those aren't related to each other, but they're both true.
That cave in the southwest corner, wasn't it? So we're either looking at Lost Hills Waterfall or west of First Quest 9 for this wood sword.
I guess there's nothing we really need to buy worth scumming the gambling game. A bomb it all. 12 minutes in.
Finally got a bomb. Let's go. And I will yield to chat on this one because those plastic booster packs that were referenced, those have actually sent people to the emergency room. True story. Not me, but I've heard of it happening.
One of the very few things in my life that I have taken from Penny Arcade is calling them Space Devil packaging, because, you know what? Everybody knows what you mean. I don't get the
Good name for it.
Seems like a
Space Devil packaging is a noun. And Fred's going to screen scroll over to top of the Lost Hills, gets a bomb drop, nice. And there's a sword.
Okay, sword, we take those.
Also, for those wondering, those not in the know, the screen scroll, when done right to left, you cannot buffer it with a sword. It's a one tap, and it can be very finicky. Take it from me.
Okay, not the scariest enemy I've ever seen up on this lake.
a clock drop, which is the third slot in the global in the bomb group, dropping group, makes that a lot easier to manage. Yeah, this is a rude overworld, and welcome in SpeedGaming 3 as well as SpeedGaming 6 earlier. Oh, and look away, rookie, those bombs rolled up to 23, which ironically is a basketball number worn by Michael Jordan and LeBron James, and Fred gets sniped.
Is that ironic? Because ball? Alright, football on ground, try 2. Nope.
This time, though, we find out Monocle Rock is secured. Level 1 at level 8. Let's see what Fred can find here.
This is a good place to lay down some roots, start a family, get a florist business. Just hang out in one until something physically prevents you from doing it.
And with a magical key, this is probably the best find that Fred can make, well, outside of maybe that heart container. Now,
that's
because
20,
there's
20% of the
2
ladder.
items
That's
in level
one
1, we don't know if that's the co-start.
No, so apologies to our tracker, but there's nothing to put there yet.
Now, this Aquamentus' room can drop. It only dropped a key, though. Oz was heading over to the west part of East Death Mountain, next to level 9 in first quest. No bombs to check Spectacle Rock, but can still check the cave next to it.
No sword either.
And only a door repair.
Dr. Rock moved out there specifically so people would stop blowing up his door. Look what happened.
And older games tend to lag when you get a lot of sprites moving around, as was happening there. Ooh, this is excellent for Fred. The wand. Yes, those keys rolled up, but the wand is going to help dispatch them.
Yeah, no one cares. If, when you have 1,000 damage, it doesn't matter if somebody has 800 health or 2. We still have an item in 1.
And it's a floor drop, too.
And I guess a Triforce fine, if we're, just mentioning everything.
I see that Marble Madness emote in chat. As Oz gets the sword. And we got a map. Alright, chat, name that ink blot.
That's a baby dinosaur.
Definitely a baby, no doubt about that. Oh, that's the recorder!
Ooh. Okay. That's, helpful. Maybe it's progression? Maybe it's Maybelline.
It could be... Hey, it could easily be progression, as when you have a mixed overworld, you have up to 11 total recorder spots to check, so... definitely worth checking around.
Yeah, beeline to the Triforce. We need nothing else from here. 1 is dead to us.
Yeah, 1 is done. It's been full
Don't
cleared.
be a moat room. That's very close to a moat room, but not quite there. A for effort.
Yep, the water looks like 2 brackets in between a minus sign.
18 minutes in, first Triforce on the board. 5 more away from, what's it called? Level 9. We know what it is. We know where it is.
From level 9, we know the requirement, and... but what we don't know is... Where's the bow? Where's the silvers? The book we need for hints, so We'll see.
We're also still missing 5 dungeons.
That's right. So we still got a ways to go here. Oh, we got our first take, Annie. And it
Takes
is
are
under
hard.
a burn bush. So now, we know the ladder's the white sword item. Fred has a 66 and 2/3% chance of being able to pick that up.
So do you double back immediately and give it a go? Or do you just meander about and hope something falls into your lap?
Look around for hearts. Hit a required mugger room where you can't make use of having the any key. And you have to pay either a heart or, say, max bomb. You up and get out of there. Ooh, 7 rupees. For the small.
7 rupees won't buy you a Snickers these days. All right.
Now you go for it. No doubt about it. And Opno, I don't think there's such a thing as normal, to be fair. Yeah, chat pointing out that this is a below average seed in terms of money, but in all fairness, we have all seen worse.
You go to the desert to toot, because that's polite. And one, doing good work on most of the overworld, it will not help us in the silly Wizrobe rooms.
It will not. Now, so far, I can't tell what the recorder tune is right now, but so far, Gerudo Desert is a big old nothing burger.
I have a very boring linguistic theory in Zelda that Gerudo Desert is just short for Sand Place.
Sand trap, more accurate. Golfers out there will know what I'm getting at. So, chat, the ladder is the white sword item, and Fred knows where that is, so he is backtracking to that right now. Unfortunately, screen scrolled a bit too far, and he finds where the magical sword is. Now, that will take anywhere between 10 to 14 hearts to pick up, so it's gonna be a while before either runner is able to grab it. There's the ladder. Right now, the only thing that would stop Fred would be a Goma.
Power bracelet block.
Well, that too.
But he won't know that will stop him until he's been everywhere else, or he finds it, which means it no longer blocks him. So, it's Schrodinger's block.
Right. Accurate. Well, there's a hint shop.
For those of you who missed the bracket rounds, everybody is yelling at us because they can't hear us, because we don't speak Hyrule. Somewhere in the seed is the book. Then we're going to understand what everybody says, including what their hints are. We're done with hearts now. Potions all the way.
For Fred, that is. Oz, on the other hand, wants a heart. And our tracker, Moonrisen Phoenix, has done the math on the hint shop. It is 91 rupees total for all 3 hints. That's not too bad.
Nope, that's only 13 small hints. Hints? Good try. 13 small rupee pickups. I've seen that bush be burned 4 times so far.
And it's still standing.
Candle is not Fred's highest priority at the moment.
Right.
I got wand. I'm good.
Now looking at second quest 3, and that produces a small secret.
A 13th of a hint. Or a 13th of 3 hints, which is 3/13ths of a hint. I guess that doesn't produce any.
I think Fred's going for that candle, because there's some real nasty screens where you might have to candle boost a couple of times. With the red candle, you can do just that. A blue candle, on the other hand, you only get 1 candle boost.
I have an unhealthy predilection for things that hurt people when I'm not around. So, I actually like the book with the wand, because if I can make a fire and someone can walk into it, great. I'm going to do that all day. I would be all about the red candle.
But Fred's not going for it, as Oz is returning to level 3. And Fred pokes his head back into level 1 for a tactical up A save to get some health back.
Now, we know we can't get the Triforce out of 3, but there's some item hidden here under the floorboards, like the old man's heart, and we would love to stumble on it.
Getting some new territory here into 3. We find Gibdos in a Beamos room. Kinda gross. Actually, very gross.
I'm impressed that the name Beamos started here and stuck, because these balls are literally the opposite of a beam. Ballos.
Later games would help to solidify that name, namely A Link to the Past.
I have been playing Link to the Past for 48 years, and Beamos is still annoying me.
Yeah, not making them killable was a missed opportunity.
I'm sure there's a hack that does it, just out of spite. It doesn't help anything, but it makes me feel better.
Found level 5, 1 west of Vanilla Start.
And hopefully there's not too much north of here, because... Oh no! Fred does have a ladder now. Haha! The world is our weird triangle-shaped noise.
Which, speaking of, the Triforce is just 1 room in, and if this is the push block that has the item, and the heart didn't shuffle here, then this is going to be a super quick 5.
You have dueling Gibdos over here. There are 2 ways to deal with it. One of them is get lucky with a clock drop. Ah!
And a Jurassic Park.
Is that our first boss of any type this seed?
It is, and it's Dodongos, and Dodongo dislikes smoke. That has not changed.
Oz, I could hear that heavy sigh from, I don't know, 15 states away. I don't know where Oz is. Lionels, man, how do they work? Still no item? Not bombing anywhere. I'll tell you what, Oz's combat is on point over here. 4 hearts, wood sword, no ring.
It really is, but what's really slowing him down keeps getting clipped by those darn bubbles.
And there's nothing else. Once you've used your 1 candle.
There's the floor heart for level 5.
Okay, that's fine. Where's the item? What are your secrets, level 5? Oh.
Yeah, that's a gross room. But right now, Fred is looking strictly for a stair. Anything else, he does not care. And speaking of stairs, there's a stair on Oz's side. What do we got? We got a heart, but I don't think I've seen the dungeon heart yet in level 3.
And we'll take a heart. That should... No, we don't know. Fred had 6 hearts when he went to the White Sword.
Well, we know that it can't be a second heart in 3 because that's the item in 5.
Now, we just get triangle and bail.
We see an ink blot.
That's a jackhammer. No, that's a pogo stick from Yo Noid.
That is the item that Quint drops in Mega Man 2 Game Boy.
The Sakugarn?
Yeah, the Sakura Garne. Help me out on that. Scott Steiner's pogo stick. Good one, large father. Yeah, it looks like the item in 3 is ladder blocked, as is the Triforce.
That's what you get for sequence breaking. Every randomizer seed has some sequence in mind, and it's a secret. You don't get to figure it out until you look at the spoiler logs afterwards.
Or you figure it out by playing the game.
Meh. Playing the game is for suckers.
Well, that's what folks say about playing the lottery, but then again, with that, you can't win if you don't play. Just nice. But I choose to save my money because, remember, if you are going to do any of that, please play responsibly.
That is an escape room at all.
Doesn't push. Well, Oz will just grab the Triforce in level 5, and if he decides to be on his way, he's not missing anything. Ooh, that is a small level 7.
Let's see. 1, 2, 12, 15, 16, 28 rooms?
Perfume bottle, spray bottle. Both of those are accurate in my opinion. Yeah, that is kind of...
Ooh, I like that.
That is kind of smallish. That's 11, 13, 17, 522, 320, just 25 rooms. So yeah, really small on the small side. Fred's leaving 7, and with not a terrible play in this situation because you do have the recorder, so you can go back at any time, which, speaking of, Fred's back in 3.
Yeah, Fred definitely ahead on Triforce count here, but still missing every item he needs to beat the game. You know what?
But he
Except for a
has
wood sword,
one-
you can
right.
beat with a wooden sword.
Yeah, Oz is missing one critical item that he wishes he had, but Fred has, and that'd be the ladder.
He's still in 5. When he leaves 5, I expect he's going to go and give that ladder a try.
We know Fred saw it. I don't know if Oz saw it. Well, actually, I can't say I know for sure. Okay, so Oz saw it. Now with this heart, I would expect that he heads that way. We have a push block. What are we getting? 3? Oh, wait, that's the heart. Never mind. I forgot it was a floor drop. Bit of seed bleed.
Another heavy sigh from Oz, or checking his tracker because this is where he thought the ladder was. I have done that. I have definitely played 2 seeds in one day, and that's when I realized I needed to start using a tracker.
Yeah, that's accurate. Used to be able to do back-to-back Link to the Past rando seeds when I was more active with that game, but now I wouldn't recommend it, not without a tracker.
No,
I don't think Fred wanted to go into that bomb hole. It's just those open bomb doors tend to just suck you in. Oh, there's the raft.
Well,
Gee,
it's an item now,
I
we know.
have a sense of deja vu with that. As chat points out, Fred already has a 20% chance at picking up the magical sword.
And he would have had a 40% chance if he hadn't picked up that potion.
Well, that is accurate, but he did not grab the letter.
We have every other Triforce here, because we do things in patterns here in the Z1R community.
Yep. So far, it's been all odd numbers.
I don't think we've even seen an even-numbered dungeon yet. Have we explored everything we've witnessed?
Everything we've seen, we have gone into. I think we just have to keep on plugging away and know that eventually we are going to stumble into an even-numbered dungeon. Hopefully it'll be like something small like level 2 or level 4. Because in the Shapes algorithm,
like
6 and 8 can be pretty big.
Right, a hint room.
There's the ladder for Oz.
Okay, the world has just opened up for Oz. Now he knows he can get something out of 3. Now he knows 1 is definitely a dungeon that exists. Or 7? No, I think he actually bungled into 7 first. Dug it for about 3 rooms and pooped out.
When you don't have a sword, that's an easy decision to make.
I'm going into level 7. I have 1 red candle. It's dark and we're wearing sunglasses. Oh, there's the poles. Hello, poles. Goodbye, poles.
Yep, bunny fans, rejoice. They live this seed. So Fred's gonna have a look at Death Mountain first. Oz goes back into 3, but Fred making the call to grab wooden arrows just in case.
I get that. You're right here. You have the money. You're not... He's very good at his bomb drops. He doesn't need to go and buy bombs a lot of the time. You hit that bow and you hit a Goma block, not your problem.
Yeah, so... And those hints are rather cheap. I think they topped out at 74 rupees on the cheap side of the equation. Chat calling out that there could be a dungeon under a power bracelet spot. Possible.
There could be raft lock things.
That is definitely possible. I can think of someone in this community who would hate that, admittedly.
Yeah, Fred, right now.
Actually, speaking of Fred, he just forced a bomb drop off a blue Gorilla. Answer chat, I would think so, but that's just me.
I always think world clicking is swag, and thus worth it. World clipping. I got there.
Yeah, the world wrap is as cool as that looks. They use that in the world record route for the speed run. And that's the Triforce out of 3 for Oz.
So he's done.
Last bomb for Fred yields an 81 rupee large secret.
That's almost an entire arrow. Single artisanally crafted arrow, as we say.
Yeah, West Death Mountain was a whole lot of nothing. Meanwhile, Oz is checking the raft spot for first quest 4, second quest 5. It is money.
Hooray,
7 rupees worth. Also disappointing, magical sword, not 10 hearts.
I hope it's 11. Not that he really needs an upgrade right now. He is doing just fine with the wand. Never hurts.
Chat making a good point here. The second quest ladder spots that are along the river past the waterfall have yet to be checked. However, there is one problem. No bombs for either runner, and there's level 8 for Oz as Fred walks into a medicine shop. He's about to find level 8.
And
Now, with the
obviously,
money
Fred is
that
going
he
to dig this.
has, he could go back into level 5 to try and find the bomb upgrade, as they're going to be in either level 5 or level 7 in this flag set. That's one way to refill bombs and expand your capacity. And as I'm saying, this Fred gets a bomb drop.
See, that's what I'm saying. He's at 0, but he's not going to be at 0 for long, and I feel like that might be what Oz is doing. Nope, he's actually going places. He might also be working on a counter, but it doesn't matter. Counters are for squares. We got cash. That seems rude.
We also have a turnstile room. You can block clip in these, but it's not easy to. Oh, Patra has the map, and it's not even level 9.
Reasonably straightforward 8. No obvious segmentations. No goofy shapes. It's just a square is drawn from memory. Not terribly interesting.
I see a resemblance to Mario and or Luigi from Super Mario Brothers, the series.
I thought you meant Mario Andretti. I was confused.
Yes, I have heard of the race car driver, but not quite what I was going for this time. Ooh, chat with a call out. First quest 8 wearing a baseball cap. It is baseball season, no doubt about it.
I did not realize it was baseball season until one of the streams I moderate had a happy opening day thing. I went, what? For what? Basketball? What day is it? Time has no meaning these last few years.
I know, right? Not to go into any specifics or anything, but it does seem that way as we get ourselves a single Dodongo. Now, having the wand is really going to speed up the combat for Fred here. Oz has yet to go into level 1, so doesn't have it.
Oz is also not going to make it past this Dig Dogger if this is a problem. I guess he's not going to make it past a Dig Dogger if it's not a problem either. So.
Well, I think he's probably ought to be more concerned about getting past this Patra, and he's able to find a way.
I don't know which of these palettes for this dungeon makes me angry. Neither is great.
Yeah, neither of these palettes are particularly good, because admittedly the yellow makes the Patrobes not that easy to spot off the Patra.
It doesn't make the Fred that easy to spot.
And a room just to the south of that Patra was a rupee boss. That's a push block doorway, and Fred's going to... Let's see what he does. And Moonrisen calling out in chat, item get from Metroid. Which, speaking of, Who saw the Nintendo Direct yesterday?
Did I see it yesterday? It aired yesterday, so yes. Samus now has pink powers because, and this is true, she is a girl.
Yeah, I will say, for those who didn't see it, it looks great.
It's very pretty.
And, yeah, the way they're going with it, I'm excited to see where they're going with it. And Truant, I think I have an idea as to what you're getting at. But I'm waiting for, more news. Now, interestingly enough, more onto the seed, as we see a third Patra in this 8. And Oz is locked in, so not much choice but to lock into combat. At least until the bomb hole opens up, but is determined to take this Patra out. Doing pretty good so far dealing with the Patrobes, only 3 left.
They have a name? I guess it's Zelda, everything has a name. I think that floor tile has lore.
I mean, it's not the Gerudo trap tile, so I think we're set there. Now both runners are in the same room. This could push.
I thought. 45-45. We'll have to tell them they were in the same room at that time. They will both go, huh, neat, and forget about it immediately. Colin.
Fred's clearing the room faster by virtue of having the wand.
By virtue of doing triple damage. Oh, good.
And that's the magical boomerang, so we've eliminated 1 item.
That was a long way to go.
Oz getting into a slightly better shape in terms of health. Just 1 Dark Nut left. Takes a hit, but takes it out. Nicely done.
And yes, that's disappointing, but this is a randomizer. Every item you see is information. Information is the biggest resource in these, so knowing that the boomerang is here, great. It means it's not somewhere else. I find another boomerang in here, great. I find 6, I'm digging it.
Yep, man, it would almost make it tempting to go back into level 7.
Nope.
Emphasis on almost.
It's never 7, until it is, and even then, is it?
There's an open stair. Oh, Oz takes the death.
This is a heck of an 8, too. I have not been able to keep track of what
Power bracelet. I know somebody in chat called it for this dungeon. And they were right on the money. I did not see who it was, and nicely done.
And that's everything in the world open to Fred now. Not necessarily everything under the world, but in the world. Now, where's our Triforce?
feel like we've seen most of this dungeon, too, and we still haven't seen the triangle.
And at this point, I am definitely not giving up on this. But, ooh, Osvale's on 8, but goes to 5, which we know only has hearts.
Not the worst thing in the world for Oz, other than the time sink.
It means it's not... it'll help. It's not going to make up time, and that's what he needs right now. He has fewer items, fewer Triforces, and less information. Not much less, but less.
And that quick room clear yields the level 8 Triforce. That is 5 for Fred.
We just need to find one more dungeon, and also the 2 most important items in the world. That's all.
That is right. We still need bow. We still need silvers. Now, the silvers can be in level 9. Now, there is a flag in Zelda 1 Randomizer called Allow Important Items in 9. For most tournaments, this one included, that flag is off. So the bow cannot be in 9 as a result.
So, what Fred really wants is perfect happy world scenario. Find 2, it has bow, great. If he finds silvers, he's got to go digging for something else, because the bow is lying in some other secret dungeon.
That'll put Oz up to 7 hearts, so that'll allow him to take a little bit more damage.
I guess the funniest scenario would be that Fred finds, say, 2, but bow is in 4, and silvers are in 6, so you just gotta do them. Anyway.
Yeah, at that point, it's basically an Oops All Dungeons situation. Oh, game, you stinker, you just took money away from Fred that could have been used for a blue ring.
What's he 6 away from a blue ring? It was 243?
I think so.
No, he is on 10 hearts. That's already 3 Ganon hugs. It's not the worst situation.
Level 4 is Power Bracelet blocked, but we have a bomb upgrade find in level 5. Oz? Not interested. I would have grabbed it. Oh, here's the mugger. Max bombs or keys. We are set on this one because the any key.
So I hear you just got more bombs.
Oh, that's a very quick Triforce in level 4, but Fred needs items, namely the bow, so he's going to do some exploring.
And this is Zelda. Exploring is synonymous with murder.
Well, to be fair, it's to stay alive. Because they've taken away close mates. Oh wait, that's another game that recently came out.
I think in Fred's version of the universe, they've taken away Ganon, and we're going to... our final boss of the game is a hilariously upscaled Princess Zelda sprite.
Yep. Something that you can do in this era is upscale a sprite to make it look larger than it actually is. Y'all will see if you haven't seen it. It's pretty amusing. We have ourselves a Gleeok. And Fred's just gonna walk right past it. Hope that's not it.
We still have a floor item here. We haven't seen it yet. We also still have a map here and a compass here. We've just not found any things.
What we have here is a moat room, or a tea room. Take your pick on that.
2 tea rooms with red Lionels and sadness. Basically identical.
Did Fred just pick up something there I did not see?
There was a sound. But, oh, no, he had the arrow.
Wasn't a bow. Oh, it was a fairy.
Fairy,
Okay.
okay.
Thanks, chat. I wasn't sure because you hear that noise, it matches. And the sound of a fairy being picked up matches the sound of a major item getting picked up, so it's pretty easy to throw someone off that way.
He also then immediately reset. We didn't even see his health go up. That's Mac
That
tonight.
looks like a bangle of some kind.
Only two sorts of people will remember Mac tonight. People old enough to remember the ads, and I don't want to talk to the other side.
Meanwhile, that's the basement heart in this, rather the dungeon heart for this level 4. Items on the floor.
Yep. Means it could be inside our buddy Gleok.
It's Lord Banana.
Or it could be that that boomerang, that's fine too.
It's the wooden boomerang, so Fred's probably just gonna grab the Triforce, and he's gonna have to search for 2 or 6 or dig 7 for his bow.
Nothing is a great option right now. You know what?
Nope.
He could dive 8 and hope for Silver Hint or a book drop.
Actually, he can't. He knows it. Book's not there.
While we're up here, let's look around.
Well, I like the play. I like the play. Pick up the blue ring while you're in the area, and you have the money.
Most importantly, if Fred goes back to 8, we'll be able to see him.
Yeah, absolutely. Because it makes things easier on the eyes. Because there's a bit of yellow in the Gibdo sprite. Interesting ink blot for level 5, admittedly.
What is that? It's like brass knuckles for a Ninja Turtle.
The first spot that we can bomb into on the river is a door repair.
It's
about
a heart,
the second,
or as Fred would say, Valentine's thing.
Nope. Nothing there. Having trouble with the screen scrolls, just gonna have to walk across. You know, there are a couple of enemies that really make screen scrolls difficult. One of them, Tech Tykes, Blue is Robes, and Pulse Voice.
These are the last rooms in the world where I want to see wizards. These corridor rooms.
Absolutely. Now, I don't like
the room where I
on
am
these
right
screens
now,
either.
Second.
We're getting a look at the take any spot that's over in the graveyard area. That's level 6. The power bracelet really putting in work in this seed.
Over on the other side, we're also seeing the limits of Oz's patience.
That could happen to anyone, really.
Yeah.
Nice
really
early map. That is an interesting shape for level 6.
This 6 definitely looks randomly determined.
For sure, and we got a Chevy room 3 rooms in, so it's a good thing our runners have the ladder.
Oh, it's a Charmeleon doing a double take.
I mean, it is possible for Red Ring to be here, but Silvers could be here, Bo could be here, Book could be here. In fact, the best thing to find right now would be the Book, because then you could actually get hints.
Well, Fred can't. You need money for hints.
Well, that too.
And you need, what was it, 74 and 91, so that's 165 for all the hints?
That is right, but you can do some save scumming, and Oz is thinking about it. Oh, that is an excellent purchase for Oz, because that is a +6 bomb upgrade, but more importantly, Fred Coughlin has found the bow. It was in level 6. Does he make the play for level 9?
Yes, he has already gone out. Look, I'm going to find a hint, I'm going to find Silvers, or I'm going to find Ganon, which is fine in a different way. Not helpful, but fine. Right, 5940, we have our final music shift. Perhaps.
So, we're looking for 3 things in this level 9. We are looking for the roar, the door, and the silver to kill the boar. The silver could be in 9, it could be elsewhere, but knowing what we know, it is a 50-50 chance for it to be here. However, while looking for that, we're also looking for a single shutter door that stays closed when all the enemies are defeated, as well as listening to a roar. As the roar is the beast is angry that their team keeps losing constantly, just about every day, every night, and he's fed up with it. So you're hearing his rant in a neighboring room. North,
I'm a
south,
Eurosox
east,
fan
west.
without telling the Eurosox fan.
There are other teams that I'm a fan of, to be fair. Oh, wait a minute. The door goes dark and Fred has found the beast. Now,
Good. This is exactly the last thing he wanted to find.
but can you bomb out? Yes, to the north, however, takes a Hyrule driver back to start.
Kind of doing suplexes while invisible. Y'all, we moved on from blindfold matches for a reason. They're not fun to watch.
Yeah, it's old. Yeah, second to last thing you wanted to find at that point was definitely the beast, no doubt about it. Meanwhile, Oz taking a walk on the coast.
Finding coins in the sand.
Here's a stair. And it's a transport. There's 6 transport stairs in level 9. Oh, I'm not sure what happened there. No harm, no foul, I guess. Now, these turnstile rooms can logically block you in level 9, but block clipping can allow you to break logic in that regard. No, Oz has finally found level 1. This is where Fred got the wand and the recorder, with the wand being immensely helpful from a combat standpoint.
Yep. Oz is going to see the wand in here and immediately go, dang it, I'm behind in this scene. You always have to assume you're behind in a seed, and you can only win on execution and genius. Never assume you're ahead.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
Complacency is the first step to madness.
Complacency is also the first step before a fall. Just saying.
So at some point, the path beginning in complacency diverges. So where do you go at that junction? Turns out Room's getting some leverage.
Oh, that's a gross room for a Patra.
Ugh. Good thing you got blue
Fred's
ring.
doing some great work, taking the Patrobes down quickly, and then the Patra itself. That might be the first time I've seen a fast Patra strat executed in a randomizer.
I think the Patra was just as confused as Fred was. He did not hit Patra. They did not expect anyone to come up from behind. It's like, what? Suddenly stabbing. I don't want to fight Gibdos now.
Well, I mean, Fred might as well, because they are bomb droppers.
I just want stairs.
Yeah, at this point, chat, Fred has dug 8. He has seen both items. He picked up the one that was required, and that was the power bracelet. Another transport. Starting to run out of these. Oh wow, all
We
the
are
way
eliminating a
to
lot of wrong guesses right now.
Yeah, a lot of wrong guesses and a lot of good guesses that just haven't panned out. That's a one-off room. You. Talk about finding the Lionel's den. And there's the one for Oz. And chat brings up a point. At least one of the items could be behind the bomb wall in the beast room. And if that's the case, it could be the silvers. You don't see it very often to where a required item is behind a bomb wall in the beast's lair. But it does happen.
I mean, I commentated a seed in the bracket rounds where there was a required bait purchase. Anything can happen.
Oh, shoot. Might as well clear this. And that is not the kidnap. That was a single shutter door, but it popped open.
I would like a map of these.
Dodongo
hooray!
had the map, and that is quite sizable. Still, not the largest 9 in the world, though.
55, I think? No, it's missing a whole column. That's only 7 wide.
Oz is the Triforce out of level 1. So that bomb wall out of Ganon not necessarily required, but it does make for a good escape hatch. And now it doesn't bomb to the right, and the block doesn't push. Oz is going to go ahead and pick up the red candle on the coast.
Why not? You're here.
Yeah. I like the play. But the play I like even more when you have second quest enemies turned on, as much as that flag is despised by some folks, because let's face it, red bubbles are maddening. The red candle allows you to damage boost past them as many times as necessary. Oh yeah, the raft is not required.
Rats are required in our hearts. I guess there we call it a stint. Just give me some stairs.
The stairs are being a little bit tricky to find. Excuse me. Well, one thing, I have lost track of how many stairs Fred is actually going down in terms of sets of transport, so there could still be another one out there.
I think he's been in this turnstile room 5 times, so who knows?
Yeah, the thing about the
Oh,
book
yeah,
is
this room.
we have no idea where it is. In terms of item number, it's 50-50, but in terms of actual dungeons it could be in, it's 1 in 3. In 9, in 7, or in a level 2 we have not found.
I'm going to assume level 2 is behind that bomb wall again. He just doesn't want to fight anymore. He just wants to be gone.
Nice ladder clip there by Fred.
He picked up something. Again, it could have been a fairy. I don't like this time sink room as soon as you get into the 9.
Yeah, but I've seen worse in that regard.
Huh. Okay.
Okay, oh, that is a very nice bomb drop storage there from Fred. He killed a Keese with a bomb in the room to the north, then proceeded to take out the Dig Dogger, an enemy that does drop, usually. But here's the catch. You had to take at least one of the parts of the Dig Dogger out without taking damage.
But your Dig Dogger is not the scariest thing in the world, especially when you have Wand right there.
Not that scary when you have offense. When you have only wood sword, it can get scary in a hurry.
Everything is scary with only a wood sword. Taxes are scary with a wood sword.
Speaking of things scary with a wood sword, a Patra. An Expando Patra in a first C room, and it takes Fred down. That room doesn't push for Oz.
We never did find the item in 7.
No, we didn't. Missing the item in 7. Both items in 9. And level 2 is completely unaccounted for, so there is no answer there.
Level 2's on holiday.
Yeah, something like that.
Level 2 has put in a lot of work this seed. It deserves a break. This seed? This tournament.
There's a level 7 Triforce for Oz, and does he pick it up? I don't like the hesitation that as much because, quite frankly, you're on the clock here, and those seconds you're wasting just standing there could actually mean something.
We have seen races decided by frames. I guess all races are decided by frames, but I mean like single-digit frames.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. Even in this tournament. Also known as Bogey Zero, but I don't think that did anything. We have item, we have book.
Okay.
So now Fred has won fire, but more importantly, wherever the old man hints are, if one of them gives him a hint to Silvers, it could dictate where he goes next.
I can't tell which ones are old men in his sprite set. Is it P-hats?
I believe so.
Okay. So
I would not be surprised if this were the second item room. Oh, it pushes. No, it's a transport.
So a sentence that has never been said before in human history. We're hoping for a P-hat. We're not even going to bomb up from there.
Yeah, it wouldn't make sense to... Oh, shoot.
Maybe we'll go bomb up from there. Ooh. Oh.
Wait, that could be the kidnapped. I mean, we get the kidnapped's room, locks in, and it's a trap.
You thought it was Zelda, but it was me. 8 hands. It was I.
Now let's just grab the Triforce out of level 7. That's number 4.
We're just not gonna find out. We're not gonna kill those.
There's the kidnapped.
Okay, good. There it is.
Oh, there's a bait block on Fred's side, but it's not required.
Disappointed.
I guess they didn't like Hungry Hinox.
I think no one knows how.
It's not here in 9, but what is here is a combat upgrade in the White Sword.
I hope y'all weren't doing anything later, because now we're looking for stuff.
Yeah, at this point, it's either level 7 or level 2. We are down to the level 9 items, and we don't know where they are. Fred did not see much of this 7, so it's time to get to work. Which, I mean, quite frankly, I can't blame him because,
we know where it is.
Maybe a never 7 until it actually is 7 situation.
I would rather dig 7 than comb the world looking for 2. I think Fred did check both recorder lakes.
Yeah, and I don't think the recorder lakes were anything special.
No, they both opened.
That is not bombing to the north, so that's just a room clear and an up and A.
While we're retracing 7 and also everything else, just like to recommend to everybody that you give our runners a like, a follow, a subscribe, a turkey in the mail, just anything to show your appreciation for this wonderful race.
Turkey in the mail? That makes it sound like Thanksgiving.
Look, if someone wants to send me 16 pounds of meat, I don't care if it's turkey. I will find a way to use 16 pounds of turkey.
Well, there's the compass guarded by a four-headed Gleeok that Oz noped out of dealing with.
Fair.
And now I see what took Oz out of level 7. Popping it. Oh, that is dirty. Oz died in that room and it had the silvers. Fred's in go mode.
Fred has pulled out his watermelon and his skateboard, and he is just sailing away.
Chad is calling it out. That is a disgusting act by this randomizer, and it's very unfortunate we had that in this seed live. That is disgusting.
We know where Ganon is, we died there. We know where Zelda is, we died there.
And Oz may not return to those silvers anytime soon.
No. He spent too long in 7 to consider going back. That is officially sunk cost fallacy in his head.
Which is understandable. It's just an extremely unfortunate break. There's no doubt about it.
So now, if you're an Oz fan, I guess what you're hoping for is that Fred dies to Ganon about 46 times, despite having a red potion and blue ring.
Because here we go. Final boss time. It'll take 8 hits with the white sword. Hyrule Driver doing 2 hearts of damage.
Stun lock right away.
It was a fireball. And down goes Zelda. We have Royal Jelly. And Fred picks up the Triforce of Wisdom.
Now we just have to save the poor demure Ganon from the auspices of a door. And I guess,
but the line will say not so fast. Bomb pickup for Oz. Gonna pick up 2. Could go back for a 3rd.
What's his max now? 14?
14, yeah.
Yeah. I understand that he can afford it. There's nothing you're going to buy with 73 that you can't buy with 50. Fred gonna kick down the door to that Lionel room and go, I wasn't finished!
I'd be ready with a potion just in case.
Absolutely. What are you saving it for?
At this point, you're not. You're just
can't save
going
it for the next
all
round.
out to finish.
Yeah, money is for suckers. Everything is silver arrows now. Using the potion is slow to fill up. It's still quicker than dying. Most things are.
By a lot. At any rate, Fred rounds the corner, rounding 3rd, heading for home, and the kidnap. Get your GGs in chat for fcoughlin, who takes the first place finish tonight with an official racetime.gg time of 1 hour, 22 minutes, 17 seconds, and shortly thereafter, Oz decided to throw in the towel on this seed. GG's to both runners.
Thank you for dooming us all. That one Octorok is going to try so hard.
And get so far, but in the end, it doesn't even matter.
Right, we are currently trying to get our runners in for our traditional post-shellacking interview.
And here we are, as we have both runners joining us. We have OzzSolo and fcoughlin. GG to the both of you.
Yeah, great race there, Oz. It was a pleasure getting to race you there.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, I'd say you had one runner and one jogger.
Oh, please. Oh, please.
That seed was, oh my goodness. I was so happy whenever I saw you finish. I bet you I forfeited about a half a second after you finished.
Yeah, it was pretty
It's
close.
pretty close. That Octorock still thinks you're still playing, but that's it.
Yeah, he's fooled.
He's just like, okay, yep, I feel like I want to give you lots of hugs, right?
Yeah, exactly. Oh, I got plenty of hugs in that seed. Oh my goodness. GG's, Fred. My gosh, you got a really good time for the mess that was.
Yeah, I ended up virtually full clearing 9. I think I missed like 2 or 3 rooms tops trying to find the silvers that weren't in there.
Shoot, I still have 4 Triforces. I haven't even made it to that. I'm still looking for 2, 4, and 6.
I never found 2,
No.
so it's
No.
limited to one of like 3 locations at this point.
Gotcha. Yeah, I literally just got up on Death Mountain a handful of minutes ago. Oh my gosh. I spent so much time in 5, and then I realized, wait, I already have the Triforce in here.
Oh no!
I saw every room of 5. 3, I was stubborn on 3, and I went back in 3 a couple times after I went up and picked up my ladder.
Yeah.
Yeah, I did not play well tonight.
All good.
But GG's on moving on, man. I mean, better you than me. Don't get me wrong. It's
Oh, thank you. I mean, yeah, I would have been happy either way because, again, you've been proven here in this tournament. I mean, you're calling yourself a jogger, yet you made brackets, and you made it brackets again, pretty convincingly. So I would say that you definitely can't call yourself you can't call yourself a slouch by any means here.
Well,
So.
I appreciate that, Fred. That means a lot coming from you, buddy. It really does. You're one of the runners that inspired me to get going on this. You and Yumi was another big one, but I've been watching you guys for years, and it just looked like so much fun. And so I just said, what the heck? I'm going to, Yumi gave me the final push back in, it was like November or something like that. So I started playing the game and racing it in like January or something like that, or maybe late December. But it has been a blast. So thank you for making this very, very complex and complicated project that you've taken on. It's amazing, and it's just so good, Fred. It's a phenomenal randomizer from a programmer standpoint. Like, wow, well done, and from a runner standpoint, wow, well done.
Well, thank you. By the way, I've just discovered where 2 was on what I think was the last overworld spot for me. It was the northwest Armos push block. Not Armos, northwest push power bracelet push block on Death Mountain.
Gotcha.
That one up in the middle of nowhere.
Yep.
So yeah, that was not one that any of us were finding anytime soon.
I didn't find my bow or silvers. The only thing I got was that ladder from the White Sword Cave. That's it. Other than that, in dungeons, I got a wand, a tutor, and a raft, and a handful of hearts.
Yeah, bow was in 6.
Okay.
We have disgusting news about those silvers.
Very disgusting news, I might add.
Do tell.
The Blue Land Mola room in 7.
Really?
Yep,
Yes.
the one you died in.
Gotcha.
Oh.
Green Tunic's hard, man. This game is hard.
Oh yeah.
It is.
I actually bought a blue just for I was looking at the whenever I went back and I cleared, which dungeon was that? Level 4 was at the power bracelet spot, in the northeast.
Yep.
And when I finished it, I had just enough rupees
Nice.
that I said, you know what, I'm gonna buy this blue ring with the way this combat's been. And I still died a couple of times at 9 there, mainly because I just sat on that potion that I definitely had that I should have, should have used there. But
We were wondering about that. You picked up that potion at about minute 4 of the seed, and you're just saving it for the next round.
yeah, exactly. You never know when you're gonna need a potion like that. So you gotta hold on to it. Now, there were a couple of times where I was actually in the process of trying to select swap to it, and I should have paused and gone for it, and I just mentally did not get there quick enough. So I went for select swapping. It was halfway there, and then the death blow came in.
Ugh, been there. We all been there.
Oh yeah.
Darn it, should have used the safety swap.
it was not a clean route for either of you. I think you started in the same room. I'm pretty sure you started in the same room. At 45 minutes and 45 seconds, you were in the same room in 8. And
Oh,
that was
wow.
the
With the
only
big
time you
difference
touched.
being that Fred had gone to level 1 earlier and had already picked up the wand that allowed him to clear rooms much faster.
Oh yeah.
And he also had the recorder, which allowed him to deal with, well, whatever dig doggers were in the way. Which, speaking of, in level 9, Fred had a very good bomb force storage involving a Keese and a dig dogger.
Nice, Fred.
It was very well done.
Thank you. I was desperate. I was like, okay, I know I'm basically out of options here. So let me go, I was like, okay, I haven't really seen many bomb droppers in here. The only real place I have that I can see where I can potentially go is going to be, try to get more bombs because I was down to 1. And then it was like, okay, 9 enemies. Okay, there's a dig dogger. Well, I don't want to try to kill it with the bomb because I never know exactly. I haven't killed a dig dogger yet, I think, at that point, and I wasn't sure exactly how much damage I needed to do. And I go north and I discover Keese, and I'm like, oh. So, but I decided, I was like, okay, let's bomb the 10th, because that was the 10th, and I went down and whistled the dig dogger and just basically played long distance wand shooting until it finally went down, and then boom.
Impressive strat.
I think this seed had something like 2 dig doggers, half a Goma, and every Patra.
Pretty much. That sounds about right.
Definitely not the easiest one I've played, that's for sure. Well, that and not getting into that ring, I never had 250, or well, I don't remember what it cost, but I just kind of hovered around
244-ish, I want to say.
Okay, yeah, I hovered around the 185 mark for the longest time, and I wouldn't even buy arrows. I'm like, I want the ring really bad, and then I'm looking at the time. I'm like, what the heck's the point? And I just bought the arrows. Just said heck with it. Yep.
Also, it's never a bad idea to buy arrows, because you never know if you're going to run into a Goma. Like, apparently Goma's blocking the Triforce, most of the path here in 2.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, that was the only Goma we saw this seed. And we didn't see it this seed.
Yeah, we didn't see it during the seed. Yeah, we're only getting it right now in the bonus action here, essentially.
We're seeing it later in the flowering.
Exactly.
Kind of like how Fred's trying to save that potion for SMZ3 tomorrow night.
Exactly. That's exactly what's happening.
But
Potion's going to work exactly there. It's going to work. Trust me. You have no idea how it's going to work out.
Alice is wearing a helmet. She can't drink things. That's science.
She's got a port that she can plug it into. She's fine.
I've been saving this potion since 1986 for just this moment.
Isn't that what people do with wine?
That's
you're
only
not
a
wrong
little.
there.
Come on, item. Oh, it's transport, darn it.
I mean, I think I know by process elimination at this point what's in this level. I'm just trying to find it.
I was hoping we would see a bug live on stream.
I was extremely concerned about it on my first clip there. I was like, wait a second, what bomb wall did I miss? Answer, nope, we didn't miss it. There was a Goma standing there that I was like, wait, it's level 2. There's not a staircase. Yes, there's a staircase.
Yep, because it's segmented.
This is the first segment we've seen this seed. The dungeon layouts, for the most part, were nice and friendly. It's just that then they filled it with danger and lava.
Yep, lots and lots of evil, I have to say. Which is funny, because we're on the overworld.
Yeah,
There's not
I was
supposed to be
hoping for a
evil
little,
there.
I was hoping for a little better scenario as well. I'm like, what is all this?
Anything else exciting about this? Do we know who Fred's next opponent is going to be yet?
Yes, there was a race earlier tonight. Assuming that we're spoiling on that type of stuff, considering that,
Ooh, you know what? That's fair. We do know who Fred's next opponent is going to be. If you would like to know, please enjoy the following series of VODs.
I could picture them doing that on YouTube.
I would highly recommend, though, if you did not watch the race was PDX Rex against Cantaloupe. Go watch that race. I will stop there, but go watch that race.
I will stop. You should go. Me
Yes,
stop.
exactly.
You go.
But again,
glad you brought that blue ring.
Being.
Yeah. Yep, we are not getting that red ring anytime soon. But yeah, Oz, great race again. Looking forward to seeing you here. You've been growing a ton here in terms of your gameplay. You've been really impressive here so far. So looking forward to seeing you more here as things go on. Because, like I said, I was definitely worried about this one. And again, you've been a great opponent there. So hopeful to see you continue to join most of these races and get to play you some more.
Yeah, I appreciate it, Fred. I absolutely will. This is, like I said, it's really grasped me. I've well, for not trying to sound too whatever, but I've kind of fell in love with playing the randomizer of the game and everything. It's again excellently put together, and it's extremely fun. This was a really good. Maybe it was a little bit advanced warm up for me for Rookie Rumble this year, but I think it'll help. You know, I think I've, like you said, I've grown a good bit since I started playing, and I just want to keep getting a little better, keep at it, keep having some fun running with you guys. You're a great group of people. Everybody in the Z1R community is just phenomenal, and again, I really appreciate the kind words, Fred. And you know, I got all kinds of kind words for you, man. You know, GG's on this, and good luck moving out through the tournament and everything. I know you'll do extremely well, and yeah, just keep at it and keep us getting updates and stuff and new ideas, and whatever you come up with, we'll take it, man. You know?
Appreciate it. Well, we'll definitely be doing some of that here as we go on here. So I got a couple more things I'm like, oh, interesting ideas I've been seeing from some like suggestions and stuff. So probably gonna get some coding done some point here, especially once the tourney gets close to wrapped up. I've got a couple of things that I'm trying to keep right now just to emergency patch push if there's a bug or something like that, so I don't break anything else up to this point. But once the tourney is done, we'll be having some more fun.
Sounds
Come on,
good, Fred.
Overworld Patras.
Yeah.
The problem is they're too easy to dodge. They really, bosses on the overworld just don't do anything to impede you too much. So, it's like, okay, yeah, there's a manhandler here on the screen. Okay, fine, I'm already on the other side of the screen, and I'm walking away, and it doesn't block me from opening the entrance if I have to. Patra might be the one exception, but even then, it's like, yeah.
Overworld Ganon, fine.
Yeah, boy, they're saying like Breath of the Wild or Tears of the Kingdom in that regard, where overworld bosses can actually be a problem.
The boss can just pop up anywhere at any time, like Chocobo's Mystery Dungeon. That's your deep cut for the night.
Well, based on everything that you've put in so far, Fred, I'd like to say, just me alone, but I bet the entire community's got full faith in your ability to come up with some good ideas.
Thank you so much.
Ideas.
And
the
definitely
bad
ideas,
ideas
for
usually
sure,
come up
for
with
sure.
There have definitely been some of those absolutely that have come in that have been bad ideas, and there are certain things that I got yelled at by the community about, like p-hats in dungeons that never made it into the public version. But
Oh lordy, I
we
remember
suspected
watching Fred. I remember watching the testing of that from the sewing circle. Ooh boy, Putz was an angry boy on that night.
yeah, Putz was not the only person angry on that one. A lot of people did. That's why you don't see them in the dungeons. But theoretically, they could go in the dungeons. It's just that it's bad playing experience. So we won't be counting that quite so much.
Yeah, it's one of those things like we say on the playing standpoint. Just because it can doesn't mean you should.
Exactly.
Speaking of which, before we go for the morning, afternoon, or evening, definitely give our runners a follow. According to the statistics I painstakingly dug up by typing one command into our Discord, they have played each other 4 times since Wednesday. These are definitely 2 people to follow if you want to watch some excitement in Zelda 1 randomizers and or Zelda 1 randomizers.
Yep, those nightly races. There's a whole bunch of them most weeknights, and I think usually 8 o'clock, 10 o'clock at midnight, and a couple races on the weekends as well. So, and almost all the time, if you're looking for a race, there's usually someone in the community who's like, yeah, I'm willing to join. So absolutely feel free if you are looking for those types of races to come in, join community, hit the Discord, and you can get alerted for when those races are coming. Or if you're just going to view, just keep your eye out on those favorite runners. Make sure you follow them and get going. And make sure as well, speaking of following people, make sure to follow our 2 awesome commentators here who did a phenomenal job with this. I'm looking forward to watching it back and hearing the lovely banter between y'all. Not looking forward to tomorrow night against one of them for SMZ.
Oh, it's gonna be fine. It's gonna be fun. Because with my luck with that, I'll put it this way for everyone. I have had 2 sub-3 hour seeds. I've lost both of them. Yep. Somehow, for whatever reason, 3 of the seeds that went over 3 hours, I've won 2, lost 1. So that's more of a Kirk gem sort of
it'll be
stat
fun
right there.
Exactly. It's going to be a fun one no matter what there, I think, for us there. So looking forward to that. And thank you, Moonrisen Tracking behind the scenes and everyone else who was involved putting this on. So again, thank you so much. Great race again, Oz. And looking forward to seeing you all here in the near future.
Absolutely.
If you love suffering, we even have a tiny little mini baby tournament coming up this weekend, next weekend, the Torneo Corto. A great way to throw your face into the community and rotate rapidly. Nope, I'm not seeing a date for it, which means you have time. Oh, April 10th. Hooray!
Yep, so we're coming up on that pretty soon. But yeah, as for tomorrow night, SMZ3, no word if that's going to get a restream, but if you want to see what is getting restreamed on the SpeedGaming channels for tonight and tomorrow, just click on the schedule link that's in the chat. In fact, I'm going to do that right now.
It's right there. It's the last command you did. And the one before that. We have a lot of ways to link you to the schedule, right?
In fact, there's a lot of stuff even late tonight as well, as there's other Zelda 1 rando action, as well as if you stick around here, actually in like 12 minutes on this channel, Super Metroid Map Randomizer.
Oof.
Which
That's
is always a feat. I like the map randomizer. I watched somebody play it one time where they were fighting Mother Brain and they said, normally the game gives you 3 minutes to get out of Turian afterwards. This is map randomizer, so it will give you a different amount of time based on how far you are from the exit. They beat Metroid, try again. They beat Mother Brain, and the timer popped up on screen, 7.5 minutes, and they went, whoa.
Yep, it's a really cool rando. Those of you who are around wanting to watch it, definitely tune into that because the map rando, that team there has put a ton of work in. They have people who've gone through and timed every room so that way they can figure things out. They've got a lot of good different difficulties too. You're going to be seeing the hard mode typically during that tourney, but if you're someone who hasn't played it much, you can set the difficulty lower, which gives you a lot more time on your escapes, gives you a lot more leeway on the tricks that you need to know and stuff. It's a really cool randomizer, so definitely check that one out if you are interested in it. But again, thank you to the whole team here. I'm going to be cutting out, so enjoy the rest of the night. Enjoy the map rando for those watching on SpeedGaming, and we'll see you later.
Thanks, Fred. Appreciate the race, man. GG's. Good job again.
You too.
Everybody have fun, or don't, whatever. I'm not your mom.
Yeah, GG's to both runners. Give them both a follow. They do a lot of cool stuff. Also give both of us a follow if you feel so inclined. As the links were posted in the chat. Now, since we've got a race in about 10 minutes, I think what I'm going to do is get on out of the booth and allow the next crew to take over. Because it is time to go to Zebus for Super Metroid Map Rando in 10 minutes. So until next time. Also, Messenger Death, before I do the final sign off, this has been a lot of fun. Definitely looking forward to doing this again.
Well, we have a lot more tournament races coming up over the next several weeks, so I'm sure we'll have a chance.
Oh, for sure. And for me, a lot more tournaments. Leave it at that, because Mario 3 Rando Tournament sign-ups close in a few days, so you definitely want to check that out as well. In the meantime, that's about as much stalling as I'm going to be able to do. So for my co-commentator, Messenger Death, our tracker, Moonrise and Phoenix, our two runners, fcoughlin, as well as, excuse me, gotta clear my throat, as well as OzzSolo, everyone behind the scenes of SpeedGaming, I'm Leslie Pro. Till next time, stay kind, stay safe, stay together, and we will see you in the next one. But